Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fire from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. You're real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight's guest is professional wrestler Ryan Fraust.
What's going on, man? Thank you so much for having me again.
No problem. Glad to have you. Believe me, you were a great guest the first time. So
I do a lot of these. I do podcasts and
Yeah,
stuff. And I got a lot of really good feedback from last time here. So thank you so much for having me
not
back.
a problem. All right, so let's get right into it. Fan questions. Dale Elliott. I want to know why people always interfere in his wrestling matches.
Dale. So Dakota, Dale's son, is one of my biggest fans. He's wheelchair bound.
Yep.
He's nonverbal.
It's awesome, though.
Really great kid.
Yeah.
And I do everything I can for him. It's my resources are kind of limited, but I do everything I can. And anytime we're in Waterbury, my hometown, they come out. Anytime we're close enough, they come out. Dale, the reason people interfere in my matches is because I'm as big, as strong, as tough, as mean, and smarter than everybody else. And how else are you going to beat me if you don't have somebody interfere, you don't bring a weapon, you don't cheat behind the ref's back? Everybody says I should wear a cup because of how many times I get low blowed. It's kind of tough being the biggest and the strongest. That's what Andre the Giant said.
Yeah?
In The Princess Bride.
Yep. That was a great movie. Andre was phenomenal in that. In the horse scene, they had to harness him to put him on the horse because his back was so bad.
Of course.
But yeah, wow, that was a great movie. All right. Bobby D.
Bobby D. Yeah, I love Bobby D.
Ask him what does he feel in the ring without his old pal in heaven, Big Jim, with another tag team guy. I know I feel it setting up rings. Now I stop and bless myself before I enter. Amen to Big Jim. Parella. He didn't really ask a question, but how about I ask something?
Yeah.
What did Big
Love
Jim
you, Bobby D.
What did Big Jim mean to you?
Well, so it's funny because, when somebody passes away, like everybody has an opinion of them, everybody has something to say. And Jim especially had been going through some stuff socially before he passed that I was trying to help him with. But he believed in me as much as, if not more than anybody, including my own mother, including Alex from Heel Shit. Like Jim really, he kept saying to me when we were working out together, he kept saying, this is my last run.
Right.
So, you can't slack because we got to be on our game.
Right.
I've actually felt an enormous, gym-sized void in his absence because, he was pushing me to be my best, and it is tough to do it for yourself. It's easy to do it for someone else.
Right.
It's tough to do it for yourself. And then, outside of wrestling and stuff, we got very close as well. So, I mean, now we're talking about somebody who chose to be my friend. You have family, they don't choose you.
Right, no doubt.
You have the friends you grew up with, and as much as you love them, they didn't choose you guys grew up together. Jim, chose to be my friend in the last couple of years of his life, And he meant the absolute world to me, and every single day, no bullshit, no weeping for the cameras. Every single day I miss this individual.
Right.
And you would think that I would try harder to do his memory right, and I mean to,
Right.
I really mean to, but sometimes it's harder because he's not here.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
I don't know. That's the best I could do.
I lost a best friend over 30 years ago, and I think about him every day. So
Every day.
I absolutely know what you're going through.
Every day.
Coach C, Chris Sanders, said, let's go.
Let's go. Coach C's my man.
Kid's doing
Let's go.
amazing
Oh, he's
things,
awesome.
man, with his little special and all that. The series that he's doing.
He's so
Freaking
cool.
Great stuff. Keep it up, Chris. All right. Joe Gramont. Is that how you say his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
All right. I want to know, would he consider going for the K1 Classic Championship against Slick Wagner Brown, and why he loves the grilled steak and cheese burrito from Taco Bell? So let's stick with the first part.
Okay.
You want to challenge Slick?
So I had the Waterbury screw job where Magnificent Marcos, I beat him. I was the test of strength champion for 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Right.
And an official with an agenda overturned the decision and restarted the match, and I did not end up being the test of strength champion. Fast forward, Wagner Brown manages to defeat Marcos.
Yeah.
In part because I came down and prevented Honest Abe from cheating on Marcos's behalf. You know, I felt like that was the right thing to do. It's my mentor. I'm trying to make sure that the Test of Strength Championship is where it belongs, with somebody who will defend it with integrity. Wagner wins. We're celebrating. Clotheslines the shit out of me. Beats me with an inch of my life with the cane. And
Wow.
and we did meet one time for the Test of Strength Championship after that. I had a bone bruise on my shoulder. I know that's not like a debilitating injury, but I also was very far from 100%.
Right.
And Wagner Brown, whether he's behaving and going by the rules, or being a villain and not, you still have to be at the absolute top of your game to wrestle Wagner Brown.
Absolutely.
And I did my best.
Yeah.
I fought as hard as I could. It looked very close. I did not succeed that day, and that has stuck in my throat the entire time since, and I really would like to wrestle Wagner Brown again.
There you
yes, for the K1 Classic Championship, for the Kowalski.
Yeah.
I would love to, Joe.
Great question, Joe.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, wait a minute. Why do you love the grilled steak and cheese burrito from Taco Bell?
So it's
Sounds like I might need this.
so good.
Is it?
The original was a double steak grilled cheese burrito, and the protein was real high.
Yeah.
And fast food, we're on the road a lot, so you do have to you don't have to, but like if you're hungry, like sometimes you eat fast food.
Right, of course.
And the steak grilled cheese burrito had a really high protein count for fast food.
Yep.
So I would get it. It's better than, a Big Mac with like 3 slices of bread. It's better than a Baconator with all the bacon and grease and mayo and shit. So it was actually kind of on the healthier side.
Yeah.
And now
Makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Alyssa LeBlanc. What New England wrestler hasn't he worked yet that he would like to square up with? Great question, Alyssa. Thank you.
That is a good one. I have...
Because you've wrestled a lot of guys anyway.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm checking off some boxes. I respect, and admire Anthony Green a lot.
Nice.
Before Japan, before NXT, I already was like, this guy's awesome. He was back in town, and he wrestled TOS Youngboy at Rise Up 2 in, I forget what town it was in, but it was in Connecticut for Test of Strength.
Right.
They had an absolute banger. It was incredible. And obviously, I'm much bigger than Youngboy is. It would be a different match. But I'm watching it. I had a broken thumb, so I couldn't compete. So I was trying to do commentary. It didn't take. But just seeing AG in there with Youngboy, who's new but very good. He's training with Ichiban. He's training with Mark Alexander. He's a very good wrestler.
I haven't seen him yet. I'm looking forward to it now.
Well, we're watching all this, and I'm just like, man, AG, we could tell some stories. We could fight pretty hard. I would love that.
Too.
Oh, he's awesome. there's a newer kid from PAPW, Jeremy LaCroix. He's a loudmouth and he's obnoxious as all get out, but he's a amateur wrestler.
Oh, okay.
And I wrestled.
Yep.
You know, I would love to shut him up, and I think we would have some good efforts against each other. Who else in New England? I want to think. Eventually, I'm going to have to wrestle Patrick Saint.
He's another good one, though.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
he's a tough son of a gun. He's a mixed martial artist.
Right.
He's a criminal. He's a pimp. He's a baller. Like he's everything.
Right.
He's everything he says he is. That's real.
Right.
Because I know him. I trained with him at TOS. It's going to be a tall task, but eventually down the line, I'm gonna have to wrestle him somewhere.
Right.
That'll be a fight.
Some good matches out there for it. I'd like to see a tango with Channing Thomas, Ichiban. You've already wrestled him up front, right?
But I'm thinking of people I haven't wrestled yet.
Guys like that.
But
man.
Channing,
Brad Baylor.
You
and Brad Baylor were there, but that would be a good match.
I think so, and thank you for saying so.
No problem.
You know, Big Bacon. You know,
another one. Listen, I went to a Beyond show 3 months ago, and it was the first time I seen Big Bacon since he came back. And no word of a lie. I said to my buddy, I said, he's ready now.
Oh, he is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really. 100% ready.
He's outstanding.
Incredible athlete. And a new father.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Congratulations,
that's awesome.
Bacon.
Yes, congratulations. All right, Mav. Does he still eat honey for a burst of energy?
Who said that?
Mav.
I've never eaten honey.
All right.
For a burst of energy. No offense to the individual asking the question, but I'm not familiar with that. I don't have an answer for that.
Maybe he's thinking of somebody else. I don't know, man. What's up?
Yeah.
You'll have to hit me up. All right. Tim Murray. Why is the best heel in the area who doesn't cut nearly enough promos on shows?
Oh, you sweet man. You.
Yeah, he is a good man.
So most places I'm positioned in a favorable stance with the audience.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm not really in that villain role as often as maybe people would expect, even though I'm big, even though I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I agree that I don't get the microphone enough because, like, I do like to talk, and I think I talk pretty capably, and I think a lot of people agree with that.
Right.
But thank you, Tim. And actually, Tim, I should have said Kilgore when I was talking about New England wrestlers I haven't wrestled yet.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good match.
We were supposed to have a match when Providence Wrestle Party was still around.
Okay.
And I know what song it was, but I don't want to say because it may yet still happen. But like he was going to come down and sing whatever, and I was going to come down. But in the middle of the match, it was going to break out into a song from a show. And I have a degree in theater and performance.
No, I hear you.
And I was a heck of a singer in my day. So we were going to have a singing battle in the middle of the wrestling battle.
That sounds good.
I desperately want to do that. So that's another one for that question.
Yes. All right. Also, can you plug Cabaret Wrestle?
Of course. Cabaret Wrestle is fantastic. I was lucky enough to be on the first couple, and I will be on every single one that I'm available for. You have drag, you have burlesque, you have live bands, you have wrestling. It's going to happen in Connecticut next year. It just gets bigger and bigger. They have huge audiences.
That's awesome.
It's a fantastic outlet for so many different types of people who want to enjoy a lot of entertainment at once.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And Tim is very talented in the ring and also singing. I told you off here that I've seen him come down to the singing, and I was like, wow, man, what an incredible performer all around.
Yes. And a tough guy. Like,
absolutely. Of course he can. Yep. Johnny Medina, can you please ask Mr. Frost why? Okay, he went into bed for himself there, whatever that saying is. Can you please ask Mr. Frost why he's been ducking me since I gave him a beatdown and embarrassed him in front of his family and friends at Fight for Your Dreams? He definitely jumped you from behind, I guarantee it.
Oh, definitely. He didn't embarrass me.
Good.
I'm not embarrassed at all. What Johnny Medina doesn't realize, I already said it today, and it's kind of like a catchphrase. It's just, I'm as big, as strong, as tough, and as mean as anybody, but I'm also smarter. Johnny Medina, you're going to get it when it's coming to you. You're not going to get it when you want it. You're going to get it when I want it.
Sounds like a punk.
I have a lot. So he was an original Test of Strength trainee like years and years and years ago when they first opened.
Right.
In Watertown, Connecticut, on Echo Lake Road, where it was raining from the roof. Like it was a dump. Like like Wagner's not a dump.
No, of course not.
The training they were getting wasn't a dump, but like it was the very beginning, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he took years off to build a family and do all the things he wanted to do. Now he's back in wrestling. He resents me because I was in Test of Strength when he wasn't.
Right.
And now I'm like literally my face is part of the brand. Like,
yes.
At this point.
Great way to put it.
I was on the first live Test of Strength event in front of a paying audience.
Nice.
Stole the show, even if it was that bum El Jabroni. I live Test of Strength. It's the background on my phone to this day.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
You went away.
Right.
You came back. Don't be mad at me.
Yeah. And he's trying to grab your coattails.
It's fine. We'll get to you, Johnny. Just keep talking and keep doing what you want to do. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Ben Carcieri. Right, that's how you say his last name.
Carcieri?
Yeah,
Ben.
that's it.
Yeah. Nick and Ben.
Thanks, Ben. You're a good dude. What has been your favorite match in your career so far?
First off, shut up, Ben. No, that's the thing. It's a shirt. He has a shirt that says "Shut up, Ben." I love Ben and Nick. They're great guys. What was the question? The best?
Yeah. What has been your favorite match in your career so far?
That's a tough one.
Because it might not be your best. Because a favorite could be different.
And can I give a couple names?
Yeah, of course.
It's
I'm
so hard.
I'm sure Ben doesn't mind that.
I hope not.
No.
Early on, I wrestled Just Incredible, and like out of it, like I got a mentor and a friend. We talk all the time. And he's had his struggles like anybody.
Of course.
But we had a match that I feel like was my first good match. Like I feel like everything went right. I don't have any complaints. And I just, took on somebody who I looked up to growing up, right? So that could be a favorite.
Yeah.
The finals of the Tetsu Pro Wrestling Championship Tournament, inaugural championship tournament, first ever champ. I was undefeated for a whole year there, and I wrestled every single event. Me and Troy Stevens, somewhere in the area of 25, 30 minutes. Good, hard fight. I did not come out on top, but I feel like I represented myself really well.
Nice.
And fought really hard. TJ Howell III, who was my tag team partner with Cold Cash, stabbed me in the back. I mean, the stepladder match against the stepdads might be a favorite match of mine.
Okay.
I mean, it was a concept that I challenged the stepdads to fight us, and stepladders are legal weapons.
Nice.
So we're not climbing to grab anything. We're just beating the hell out of each other. And that was a great match. But when I fought TJ, it was my first like real match where I'm the good guy. Like I'm the hero. Like I'm right. You're a dick. I'm right.
Right.
And I'm going to beat you up. I felt like that went really, really well. And he's a really undervalued talent, TJ Howell III.
Nice.
We've made up since.
Oh, good. That's good.
He's a really undervalued talent, but he's, life gets in the way. Sometimes you can't be at as many events as you'd like to be at.
That is true.
Yeah. It's hard. Ben, thank you for asking. It's a tough question to answer.
Thanks for the question, Ben. Ham and Tunis, self-reflection. What are 3 aspects of wrestling Ryan Fraust thinks he does well, and 2 that he wants to improve upon in 2025? So 3 things you think you do well, and then 2 that you want to improve on.
From Hammer Tunis.
Yes.
Who?
Great question, too, man.
Great question.
Great dude.
Great individual.
Yep.
Great wrestler.
Oh, no doubt.
And a hard question. I think, it might be cheating with the performance degree, but, I think promos, I think interviews, I think talking, I happen to have like an inside track on.
Right.
Like I think that's just a natural thing
Yep.
that I do well. I am definitely, even though I'm bigger than a lot of guys, like I don't think everybody understands like how strong I am. Like I'm a lot stronger than people expect.
Right, right.
A lot of that came from getting me in the gym and getting me going.
Right.
But also it's just natural. Like I've just been like, people are like, wow, you threw that guy really far. Like, yeah.
Hello, I'm big.
Yeah. And then the other thing, and it's, you know, I try to be as humble as I can, but
Yep.
crowds get into my stuff.
Yep.
You know, when a promotion realizes that I should be presented as a good guy rather than a bad guy, normally the audience really gets behind it. And
Nice.
and I don't mean to talk junk about anybody, and I don't mean to say that I'm not a good bad guy. Like if you want me to,
Right.
if you need me to click into that, if you need me to like really disregard the rules and really like treat people like trash,
Right.
I'm very good at that.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think good guy or bad guy, you need to have a connection with the audience.
Absolutely.
And I think I don't know why, but I embrace it and I love it. I do think I have a good connection with the audience.
Awesome. Now, what about 2 things you would like to improve on?
My conditioning.
Okay.
I think anybody who's worth their salt is always going to want
Right.
to be better,
Right, of course.
in
Of
better
course.
shape. I do think, like, again, that people look at me, you know, and I don't have a 6-pack, but like, punch me in the stomach.
Yeah, I was
like,
going to say, you're not in bad shape,
it's hard as a rock. Like,
right, but you're not in bad shape at all.
I think it was Rip Rogers. It was somebody who said, do you look like an athlete or do you look like a mailman? And it's like, I probably look like a pretty jacked mailman.
Yeah.
More than
No, I think you look like an
more
athlete.
than a professional athlete. My conditioning, I would love to work on.
Right.
And also my social media presence. I am trash at social media. I know
hard,
that
man.
it's so important in today's
I know,
wrestling.
I know.
And I'm just not great at like making sure I post every day on everything. And,
Right.
you know.
I have a grandson that makes his own videos and he gets a lot of views and he still won't help me. Thanks, Jazier. Thanks a lot, buddy. All right, Jake Olette.
Yep.
Who's the next ECW world champ you're going to take down? I would imagine that's a reference to Just Incredible.
Well, so
And Spike?
Just Incredible, Sandman.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Beat
nice.
Just Incredible and beat the Sandman.
Nice.
I wrestled Shane Douglas in Ohio in a tag match.
Okay.
Both of us were not involved in the finish. So that isn't really settled.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still 2-0 against ECW World
There you
Champs.
go. Nice.
I have been chomping at the bit to have an opportunity to work with Tommy Dreamer, especially because he's
Great
like
guy.
still out in the indies. He's still
Right.
he's going everywhere,
Yeah.
doing everything. So I would love to wrestle Tommy Dreamer. You know, I think that's the one, really.
All right,
Tommy
cool.
Dreamer.
Brian Blackie Black, who stopped in to see you. Why is BMI, Bald Money Inc., not a faction yet? I don't know, Blackie. How come?
It is.
There
That's
we-
real.
Oh, it's real.
We should probably bring Jorah in. It should be Jorah Joel. Us.
Yeah.
Bald Money Inc. No, every time I see Blackie, it puts a smile on my face. What a
Good
great
dude.
guy.
He is a good guy.
And he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy to see him, like, getting a little more involved.
Right.
You know?
Very cool. All right, JP Griffin. What is it like being a big man in wrestling today? You're one of the very few in the area. Very true.
That's, thank you.
JP, who's a big dude, too.
Okay.
But JP's like 6'7", 6'9".
Oh, he's bigger than me.
Oh, he's a big guy.
Okay.
Good dude, too.
Yeah.
He used to have the Irish Whip podcast. I don't know if you remember that one.
not-
But yeah, he
not
used to have a
familiar.
podcast. And stuff.
Forgive me for not being familiar. I don't think of myself as that big because
Right.
I live in this all the time. People are like, "Oh, could you reach that for me?" Yeah, sure. Like, why can't you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think of myself that way, and I had to start thinking about myself that way when I was tagging with Jim, because
Right.
we'd walk into a place together and people
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
"You guys are a team,"
Yeah.
you know.
No doubt.
But nobody ever said to me when I walk into a place, "Oh, you're huge."
Right.
It was when we were together, right?
Yeah.
it's cool because it is different.
Right.
You know, I get to do different things than a lot of people do. That isn't always a good thing. There was a opportunity that I saw on Facebook to go to England to wrestle, and they were like, must be 20 to 30 years old while I'm out. Must be high flyer. If you're not athletic, don't apply. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty athletic, but I'm not a high flyer. So, you know, people expect, I don't know what people expect.
Right.
But wrestling today is different, and I like the fact that people who wouldn't have had a chance in the 80s have their chance now.
Exactly.
To show the world what they could do.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm going to be the one who catches you out of the air and breaks your back.
Right. But
Sammy Diaz learned it recently.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a very talented kid, too.
He's
he
awesome.
really is.
Yeah.
All right. We touched on a few things before we play the name game. You just brought him up. Well, 3 weeks ago, you wrestled Sammy Diaz for the new #1 contender to the Tetsu Pro Wrestling Championship. That was the first time you took on Sammy after training together for the past 7 years.
Yeah.
How was the match, and who won?
Honestly, I was really happy with the match. And before that match, for a little stretch, I had like a very real crisis of confidence. Like, I was kind of getting tired, kind of getting beat up. I had a really crummy experience, and I will never say what promotion it was.
Right.
But like, and I don't even hate my opponent. It's just some kind of thing. Some things were said, and it was just really left an awful taste in my mouth. But I was still respectful to everybody, and I left, and it was fine. And then the week after that, I get to wrestle Sammy. We had been booked in singles matches against each other twice before that, and a tag team title match once before that. None of those happened.
They all fell through.
And this was the first time it's me and Sammy.
Wow. After 7 years. That's a long time.
Well, and watch his career trajectory.
Yep.
Like, right now, this month, he has won the Test of Strength Championship.
Nice.
The BST Championship. There's another one. The LIT Championship. He challenges for the PvP Championship this coming Saturday.
Nice. He's on a roll, and he's a hard-working kid.
So the opportunity to wrestle him was really awesome. And Ichiban, now I speak Ichinese. So, I could talk to him. A lot of people don't understand what he says, but I could talk to him. He said it was his favorite match he's ever seen me compete in.
Wow. It's pretty good.
So I'll take that compliment. I did not come out on top because, like so many times, the ref wasn't looking. I might have got hit in the dick. But at the end of the day, it was a very restorative, like confidence building match. And then the next week, I had a good match. Like it really helped me get back on track.
Right. Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, and 2 weeks ago, you defended the Pure Vanguard Wrestling Break the Change Championship against Hammer Tunis.
Yeah.
First, who did you beat to win the title? And how was the match with Hammer?
Right. We crowned that championship. It was me against Randy Shawn.
Okay, yeah.
Jay Busta.
Jay Busta.
Who is an outstanding talent also.
Yeah, he is.
That was an enjoyable match. That was good. And then I defended it against Bull Dread and Dan the Man in between.
Yeah.
And then I had Hammer at United by One. It was a big diabetes benefit show. I was really happy with the match. Hammer is an outstanding challenger. And that's somebody who I had wanted to wrestle for a long time, and I finally got to.
Yeah.
He really almost had me. He had me. He had my arm. I didn't know if I was going to need to wear a sling the next day. Like he had it worn down. I mean, I couldn't be happier with it, especially with the outcome because I'm still the Break the Change champion. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing but like 15 to 20 year vets that I've been defending this belt against, and it's that wasn't by design, but it's the way it's happened.
Right.
So it's been really cool.
Awesome. Okay. And this past Saturday, you wrestled Jiggy Sousa and Samuel Radcliffe at LIT. And that was during the day. You had a double shot. All right. Well, how did that match go?
That was great. If you look at it, it's a Bell Time student, a Kevin Landry's Combine student,
Yep.
and a TOS student. You know, it's like all these different schools of thought and wrestling like coming together. I've known Jiggy for a very long time. I've known Sam for a very long time. Like, none of us were unfamiliar with each other, I don't think. It was a good contest. I kind of had it in the bag. I had them both out. And Jimmy Meese came and
Interfered in the match.
I'm pretty sure that's why Dale said that, because he was there.
Yeah. Right.
So I didn't lose, but I also didn't win. So
Well, last week I had a Kevin Landry student in here, Stevie Legend.
we have tagged together for UFO.
Nice.
I like Stevie a lot.
Yeah, nice kid. Nice kid.
Great kid.
Yeah. All right. Well, then at night, you challenged for the PAPW United States Championship. Who did you wrestle?
I wrestled Chris Mooch.
Okay.
The Red Devil Chris Mooch. I had
First name on the name game right there. Swear to God. Staring me right in the face.
I was the U.S. champ for a good, from November to, I think, it was at least 6 months. And I defended it as often as I could, and had some good fights. When he beat me, he had outside interference and he used a foreign object. And it's just, it always comes down to this, right?
Right.
So then when I got my rematch, I probably rushed into it. I had a broken thumb. Bo Douglas is a maniac who broke my thumb. No, he didn't do it on purpose. But I rushed into the rematch because I was like, give me my belt back, you know? And it was probably a little too soon. And he zeroed in on the injury and the ref threw it out. He was like, no, that's not how this is going to end.
Oh, wow.
So nobody won or lost that match.
Right.
It was just thrown out. And, I was finally healed up. It was the biggest PAPW event of the year. And they gave me the opportunity to challenge again now while I'm healthy.
Right.
Mooch, the deal was it had to end in a pin or submission.
Okay.
No count out.
Yeah.
No DQ. But if he got caught cheating, I got the belt back.
Oh, okay.
Because it was just like, no, you have to beat him to settle this, or he gets his belt back. And he was the better man that day.
Oh, wow.
First time I ever took a pile driver.
Oh, really?
That's no joke. That's real. That's
in some places that a move is illegal.
It is, and I think Randy Orton's currently thinking about how much it hurts too.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
But I wasn't proud to lose, but I shook his hand afterwards because you finally stepped up and beat me like a man.
Yep.
You finally, like a competitor. I don't mean
man.
to say like a man. I mean like a competitor. You finally beat me like a competitor.
Right.
And I gave him his flowers, and that was it.
I'd like to see more of that in wrestling because it happens in boxing, it happens in the MMA world. I mean, it's pretty cool to see good sportsmanship.
Well, thanks.
Well, next Saturday on November 23rd, you'll be taking on Steven Stetson in a leather strap match. Have you been in a lot of stipulation matches?
I've had good luck in stipulation matches. It was a TLC match when I won that U.S. title we were talking about a year ago. A year ago, last November. I created the stepladder match, which now every LIT lituation is going to have stepladder warfare. So instead of like just 2 teams that have a beef, it's going to be 4 teams.
Oh, wow.
Stepladders are legal weapons as well. You know. I enjoy hardcore now. When I was starting, I resented it.
Okay.
Because I want to beat you on mano terms.
Right. And you wanted to wrestle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're a big guy. I mean, anybody can go in and be a brawler.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get what you're saying.
But I've learned that you can get out a lot of frustrations.
Yeah.
And if you got a personal issue, hardcore is the way to go. I want to hit you with weapons, with chairs, with Singapore canes, with everything.
It's got to be interesting. That'd make a nice sound to that whip.
So I've never done anything like a strap match.
Right.
The beef with Stetson is about 6 months in. I went to PvP because they offered me a chance to go back to the Ludlow Elks.
Okay. Is that Pioneer Valley?
That's Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling,
yeah.
yes. The Ludlow Elks is where I fought Just Incredible and the Sandman. So I got to go back into that building.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it for free. Like, let me in. And it was a fundraiser.
tell the
Well, no, it was a
promoters
fundraiser for their
right.
for the Ludlow wrestling team, the Ludlow Lions.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do it. That's fine. Yeah.
That's awesome.
My envelope goes to the cause.
Yeah.
And that was a very fun match. It put me in the ring with Ichiban. It put me in the ring with Sammy. It put me in the ring with BRG. It was a great competitor, and I'll wrestle him anytime.
Yeah. He's killing it in MLW.
And it put me in the ring with Stetson, who I had known for years.
Right.
His attitude changed. He's a real dick now.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he have that thing, the Stetson Ranch? It's like a little faction.
It's and they're doing great work at Beyond Wrestling Open. That's
Right.
fine. But I'm in PvP trying to make a name for myself.
Yep.
You don't got to step on my foot or
Right.
piss in my Cheerios. So then the fans want to see me and him in a match. So we have a match, and ref's distracted, kicks me in the dick, wins. I hit him with the Brass City Slam.
Yeah.
That should be it. You won today, but I got you. Leave it. He wants to wrestle again. I break my thumb.
Yeah.
So we have an arm wrestling contest. Attacks my broken thumb, very real broken thumb.
Right.
Whips me with his belt.
That's where the idea came in.
Well, so then we get to the annual Rumble for PvP.
Right.
We're supposed to have the grudge match to settle it. He doesn't show up.
He just no-showed the show.
Well, so I win by forfeit. Cool, thanks. Next match is the Rumble.
Right.
I drew number one. Like, you're going to draw what you draw, right?
Tough.
Number two is Steve Stetson. His music starts playing. And I'm like, if you're here, come out. I'll fight you. Sneaks in from the back door, slides into the ring, and attacks me from behind.
Yeah. Coward.
Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what is your beef with me?
Right.
I knew you back in the day. We were friendly. Like, we competed.
Right.
But we were friendly enough.
Yeah.
We had mutual friends.
Was he a nice guy back then, though? Is that why?
He was a kid.
Oh, okay.
So you don't know if this kid's nice or not, but he was at least respectful.
Gotcha.
And then now, I mean, maybe because he looks so much better, he's in the best shape of his life, he's on Wrestling Open every week. So now you think you're some hot shit and you got to be a dick to me.
Right.
I was cool to you back then.
Right.
And now you got to be. So we're going to take it out of each other for sure. It's going to sting to take a shower that night.
Get him good. All right. Name game.
Okay.
Barnaby Combs.
My arch enemy forever.
Yeah.
Because he's belt time, I'm TOS, but I love him. He's a great guy.
And his tag team partner, Aaron Kademia.
Extremely hardworking.
Yeah.
And
The hard work
very
heroes,
skilled.
right? Is that?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose. Ugh, my bad. But he's very skilled, and together they're a great team.
Yeah, both nice guys too. Big Patrick Saint.
Freak, animal, pimp. he's the man. He really is, and we are very friendly until like eventually we're gonna have to fight, and it's just gonna be what it is. Tough son of a bitch.
That's got to be good. I should be there. I'd like to be there for that one. All right. How about Coach C, Chris Sanders? Talked about him
Hardest
a little bit.
working individual in local wrestling.
Yeah.
Like he's just always doing his shit, and he's everywhere now. He's in so many different places, doing different things at each place. I have nothing but respect for that young man.
Me too. Kid's killing it. How about we'll stick with the coach theme, Coach Will.
I like Coach Will a lot. We didn't see eye to eye when we fought at RWA a couple times. We share some things in common. We're both a little older than a lot of these guys running around in spandex. We both have whole ass adult lives outside of wrestling, and he's doing it he's doing it to a really good degree. He's like one of the most popular wrestlers at RWA. I'm really impressed with his efforts, and I'll work with him anytime.
Awesome. All right. How about Troy Stevens?
I think he is underrated by a lot of people. I think he is very, very good. He just won the APW championship on Saturday. So
cool.
You know, he's getting recognition
Right.
and opportunities, but I gel really well with him despite the size difference. We have really good matches. In fact, I've wrestled him 5 times this year, I think.
Oh, wow.
And it's easy, it goes well, and congratulations for winning the belt.
Awesome. How about Bobby Ocean?
Coach.
Diff.
Coach. So the only time we were opposite each other in the ring was a tag team battle royal for UFO/belt time at the Irish Club.
Yeah.
Up there.
Irish Malden American.
Malden.
Yeah.
Malden.
Yeah.
And he did hit me really freaking hard. That is actually somebody I should have had on that New England wrestlers I haven't wrestled yet list, because I've told Wagner for 7 years I'll wrestle Bobby Ocean.
Wow.
It's never happened.
I would have thought you at least wrestled him at least once.
Especially now that he's with Wagner at TOS and they're the jerks running the show. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He calls me randomly to check in.
Yeah.
Bobby. I do love him, but we got a fight coming up too at some point.
Is a young star, upcoming star, Jermaine Marbury.
I am a big fan of Jermaine Marbury. We've been on a team a time or two now, and we have been across the ring from each other a time or two in like scrambles or big tag matches. Like, we haven't had like that face-off. We haven't had that one-on-one. I'm super proud of him for all the work he's put in, for establishing himself at Wrestling Open. He's doing great work, and I couldn't be happier for him.
Excellent. How about Logan Black?
I used to grab a car full of people and go down to Warriors of Wrestling in Staten Island.
Okay.
He's no longer with that group, but that's where I met him.
Okay.
We get along for a lot of reasons, like the punk rock thing. He is one of the coolest, most noble people in wrestling.
Oh, nice.
He really is. And after Jim passed, he and I had like a street fight, like to honor Jim.
Nice.
There was no animosity between us, but it was, let's beat the hell out of each other for Jim. And he answered the challenge when Stetson didn't show up at PvP that time.
Okay.
So we fought to a standstill that day, and actually there was no winner, no loser. We just fought to a standstill. I will work against him any day, and I'll also work with him any day. If he ever wants to tag, we'll do it.
Nice. All right. How about, you brought him up earlier, Brett Ryan Gosling, BRG.
Fantastic talent. Will work against him anytime. I mean, I'll tag with you if you want to bring me to MLW. I mean, he's a jerk. He's pompous. He's arrogant. He thinks the world of himself, but I do like him, because there was a time where I was a little arrogant when I was starting off, and I thought you had to have this big chip on your shoulder. I enjoy his work as a wrestler. Fight him anytime. But yeah, he's a dick.
Yes, that is true. All right. How about AJ Cruz?
AJ Cruz is a super nice guy. We have not been in the same match, to my knowledge.
Okay.
But he's a very, very nice guy. It's always good to have him around. I always ask him if I don't always ask him, I should, because he always has good insight when he does offer it. Awesome vet, Good to have him around.
Awesome. All right. How about, you brought this guy up earlier, too. You had a few matches with him. Young Boy.
TOS Young Boy is the future. That kind of talent coming out of any dojo, much less test of strength, is the kind of person we need in wrestling, because he got his fundamentals. He can wrestle, he can fight, and he can fly. He's the total package. It's just a tiny package.
Right.
But he has enough heart that doesn't matter. AG's like my size. Almost, you know. AG's a big dude.
He's tall.
And that was, when I tell you that, I think that was the test of strength match of the year.
Really?
It was a hell of a fight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. How about a guy that doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion, Dan DeMann?
Dan DeMann is the best villain in New England, in the Indies. He's so detestable.
Oh, yeah.
What a jerk.
No one could like that guy.
I can't, I've probably fought him 10 times now.
Right.
Just a jerk. But he always brings the best out of me, too.
Right.
Because I always want to beat him up.
Yep.
You know?
Just don't hear enough about him.
No.
You really don't. And you should.
Yeah.
How about Victor Chase?
Victor Chase?
Yeah.
Lucas Chase?
Nope, it's Victor, and I have Lucas Chase here too. Why don't we go with Lucas Chase then?
Yeah. If someone named Victor Chase is watching this, I am very sorry. I'm not sure exactly who we're talking about.
Or maybe I should be apologizing. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know.
Not at all, man. Lucas Chase went from like he wasn't his original training wasn't like he went to Texas and trained with Dustin Runnels.
Oh, wow.
And came back a completely different human being, a completely different animal. I don't know if anyone has a more intense entrance in local wrestling.
Right.
He is doing really well for himself. He's always on Wrestling Open. You know?
Nice. All right. Pat Dillon. I love Pat.
I am a huge fan of Pat Dillon's. All these UFO events in Malden. Actually, I was going to fight Marcos for the Test of Strength Championship at Undeniable 2 or 3, 4, Undeniable 4. I was going to wrestle Marcos for the Test of Strength Championship already. Like, it was in the cards. And Pat had us at UFO and was like, well, then you guys are the main event for the TOS title. And I was like, what?
Nice.
Like, I'm there thinking, like, am I on first, second, third? I gotta, you know, what's my day look like?
Right.
And he's like, you're in the main event fighting for the Test of Strength Championship. It was awesome. He always asks if I'm available, always offers me a good opportunity. I really appreciate him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat. And I hope whatever happens at Undisputed Entertainment that used to be UFO, I hope you get some kind of measure of payback against those jerks.
Yeah. I hope you do too, Pat. Pat's a great guy. He was my very first guest here.
Yeah, I watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. How about Dante Luna? You know Dante.
I
right?
love Dante
One of the
Luna.
hardest working guys around.
So I said that Chris Sanders is the hardest working kid in indie wrestling.
Right.
Dante Luna is the hardest working human being that I know.
No doubt.
Just everything he does is gold. And, you know, like I don't see him enough, especially, you know, we haven't ended up near Boston as often as we used to.
Right.
So I don't see him very often, but he knows. Because I saw him at a convention that I was wrestling at in Connecticut one time by mistake. I wasn't wrestling. We were just, my girlfriend and I went to this 90s con thing, and he was there taking pictures.
Nice.
He probably spent 20 minutes hanging out there. He's so cool.
Yeah.
If I could hang out with him every day, I would. It's just, you know, distance.
He's got some high class friends like Pedro Martinez and stuff. No, but Dante really is a great guy, and I always say he's one of the hardest working guys out of any field.
And
Serious. You know what else I say? Someday everyone's gonna know his name.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't know about all the documentaries, but photos, as good photos as anyone has ever taken of me.
Yep.
I love Caesar Smooth Lens, and I'm not taking anything away from Caesar,
absolutely.
but Dante took really baller pictures of me first.
Right.
And it's just like, damn.
To get some
Caesar
pictures
Smooth
from
Lens is
Fedway.
great, too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's such a good guy, man.
Yeah, he's the man.
Now, this was the first year they didn't have a Fedway Park show this year, right? This past summer. They didn't have one.
No. And then last year it was
They got cut off short.
cut off short.
Yeah.
People flew from Florida to see Alec Price wrestle.
Yeah, and that, I know.
That sucked.
Crazy.
That sucked.
Crazy. All right, listen, I can't bring up Pat Dillon and Dante Luna without bringing up the guy that broke your thumb, Bo Douglas, because Bo knows.
It's mostly better.
All right.
Bo, I consider a mentor and a friend, and I mean, I think he believed in me more before Wagner did. Like Bo really, like my first Fenway show was like one of my it was either my fourth or fifth match at all.
Wow.
And he put me in there with Wagner and Smart Mark Sterling. It's like, that's a big vote of confidence.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I was terrified.
Yeah, I bet.
Bo's the man, dude. You know, not just because he gave you that. I'm saying like he's
I know, for sure.
always got good advice.
Yep.
He always means well. Like he just, if I wasn't trained, if I didn't get trained at TOS, I would hope that I got trained at Bell Time.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't have this guy's name on the list, but see, we're talking about guys like that. Jose Perez.
Jose Perez is from XWA.
Yes.
Yes. He's super cool. He always gives me advice when he's there.
Yeah.
You know, I always know.
Great
I know
guy.
when I come back through the curtain.
Yeah.
I could look for him and be like, "What'd you think?" And he'll always give me really good insight into what he thought. I hope he gets something else going, like another promotion or something, because...
Definitely. New grandfather, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jose.
Yep. His daughter is her fiance is JT Dunn.
Oh.
And they had a little baby boy.
Okay.
Congratulations
Well, congrats
again.
JT, too. Shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
I didn't know that.
All right, how about Davey Cash and Chris Pyro, the Hoods?
The Hoods, when Jim and I were teaming... That was our first feud, and we fought for the New World Wrestling Extreme Tag Team Championships, had a couple of street fights. They are really good at getting under your skin.
Yeah.
You know, like we were boys, like we were cool, and they still pissed me off.
Right.
And I just could never thank them both enough for the matches we had during that time, because like now looking back and knowing what happened after.
Right.
It's just incredible that I have at least those memories, you know.
Very cool. They're both good guys, great
Awesome
wrestlers.
Guys. Awesome guys.
Have you worked for them yet, NRG?
No, but you know.
No, I'm just afraid I'd ask. You know what I mean? But you know something? There's so many companies out there today. It's incredible, and everybody can work for everybody.
Yeah.
I brought that up last week. It's just amazing because 20 years ago, you can't work for him, and it was ridiculous. And as a fan, I want to see everybody everywhere, like now.
There's a little bit of that still happening. It's like, come on, dude. Like,
really? That's sad.
Stop.
That really is. All right. How about Shay Cash?
So we've never worked together.
Okay.
But super cool guy.
Yeah.
Funny, hilarious.
Yeah.
Always has something funny to say. I know if I were to pursue a continuance on the feud with the Hoods, that I would end up encountering him.
Right.
Great memes made out of his face.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He has, which means he has great facials,
Right.
because it's dramatic and
Yeah.
But everything I've seen him do is great. Really good villain. Really good, like, defending champ villain who, like, escapes with the belt, and you're like, no, get her. You know.
So you know the fan Greg that makes the signs?
Yeah.
Yeah, those signs are amazing. But
Yes.
he came in here and he made one with my face, and I brought it home, and my girl was like, come on, you have to let me see that, because I mean it's freaking like that big.
He made one of me with the Wendy's logo on a Frosty cup.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it. I should have taken it.
Oh God.
Greg, I'll take it if we see each other again.
That guy is awesome. Makes phenomenal signs.
Yeah.
All right. How about Ichiban? That kid impresses the crap out of me, man. Honestly.
It's I genuinely put a lie detector on me. Like, I literally think he's the best wrestler in the world, on TV or not.
I hear you.
Because for
He is
his
good.
size,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not huge. He's not the smallest guy, but he's not huge. He can fly. He can mat wrestle. He could brawl. He could do hardcore.
Right.
He could literally do everything.
Yeah.
He is actually the best wrestler in the world.
Nice.
And I mean that when I say it.
Yeah.
I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it 200 more.
Right.
And he's a great kid. Like, we get along real well. You know, I wrestled against him a few times. The first time I was not ready for that challenge.
Right.
Like he didn't bury me in the wrestling way, like
Right.
where he made me look like shit. He beat me like real good. despite the size difference.
Right. Now, how long has he been wrestling?
3 or 4 years.
That's it?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Wow.
He got it immediately.
Wow.
You know?
Seriously.
He's incredible. You know, and I almost had him the next time I wrestled in the first match of the first round of 3 rounds to crown the first ever Legacy as Timeless Championship. Either he or I would have probably been a lot of people's like good, strong bets to go to the finals.
Right, right.
And no, he had my number. So that's a win I got to try to get back someday, but I love the kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. How about the mighty Bosch and his sidekick, trusty sidekick, Sid Morgan?
I am enormous fans of both of them. I have said in a few environments, podcasts, locker rooms, whatever, if I'm going to trust somebody to pick me up, it's Bosch.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
Like the superhero thing is one thing.
Right.
He is strong as all get out, and such a good, compassionate person. Like the superhero thing is real.
Right.
And Sid is awesome. They're both together, like just super compassionate, super good people. You know, and I've wrestled against them more than I've wrestled on their side, but it's always been great.
Right. Okay.
Any day, anytime. Yeah.
All right. How about Ariel and BMT? Who
They have
literally are killing it everywhere right now.
just one more person that I should have said I haven't wrestled against yet.
Oh, yeah, but that'd be good.
He's so good.
He is
He
really
is
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's kind of my style.
Yeah.
We'll tell a story and
Right.
we'll get all
Right.
the drama we can out of it. And Ariel's phenomenal. They're both fantastic. I can't say enough good things about them. I just haven't worked with her against them in a match yet, so I can't speak from experience.
Right, right.
But seeing what they're doing and how they're commanding the
Yeah.
entire Northeast is impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, for the way they came back, and like you said, they're killing it everywhere they go.
yeah.
Everywhere. All right, how about Alessandro Russo?
A really nice guy. Another person that I haven't worked with or against in the ring.
Okay.
I have a lot of fun watching him. The beef between him and T Phoenix is so much fun to watch.
Right.
I love RWA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not there enough. I'll go back anytime it works. I would love to and do whatever they need, like fight whoever they want me to fight. But Alessandro Russo, he's a dick, but he's awesome.
All right, so we'll go one more name.
Okay.
Mike Skyros.
I love the man.
He's so good, man.
We've only been against each other on one occasion. We were both in Battle Royal. We got to the final 2 people, which turned it into a singles match.
Right.
And we've both been fighting the whole time, and he snuck in that Skyfall DDT.
Yep.
Nobody can kick out of that.
No.
That's just nuts. So he got me there and became the Survival Championship Wrestling collar and elbow champion that day by winning that. We tagged together one time at Test of Strength, and I'll tag with him anytime.
Right.
And I'll wrestle against him anytime. In fact, I think both of those things are kind of overdue.
Yeah, nice. Anything you want to plug?
Just
time.
thank you for having me, man.
Not a
Thank
problem,
you.
man.
Keep an eye on this podcast. Next Saturday, it's in Springfield. I'm going to mess Steve Stetson up.
Yeah. Ryan, thank you. Guys, we're out. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe, that's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.